Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. Here are 3 simple moves that you can use every single day to help tone your legs and your butt. The first 2 we can do right in bed or on a floor. So this one is called the bridge, but I'm going to show you how to take it to the next level and target a whole bunch of muscles in a short amount of time. So to get into position, we're going to lie flat on our back, have our legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent. Take your heels and just gently press them downward into the bed or the floor until you start to feel the muscles around the hips start to activate. These would be the glutes or the buttocks. And for good measure, to make sure that we have these really activated, let's just gently squeeze our butt cheeks as much as we can. And then we're going to hold it during this exercise. The next thing that we're going to do is brace our core muscles. It's kind of like when somebody pokes you in your stomach, how you tense up. Mimic that and also hold it during the exercise because it will help protect the spine and the back. So once we've done all of that, we're going to take our hands, put them off to our side. The first movement is the basic bridge. You're just going to lift your hips upward like this until your body is in a straight line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. If you struggle to get all the way up, like you can only go up an inch or 2, do the best you can and hold it at that point. And hopefully over time you will be able to get into this position. But you're going to feel a lot of muscles start to fire. The core, the back, but more importantly, the glutes, the buttocks, and your legs. What you want to do is just hold this position comfortably for about 3 to 5 seconds and then relax. And then from there, you're going to repeat this 10 to 15 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have more energy, challenge yourself. Go the extra mile by throwing in another set or 2. With this one, you really want to feel those muscles start to burn, and it should feel like your heart rate's increasing. You're getting a really good workout. So for most people, the bridge is going to become very easy. So to make this one a little bit more challenging, just go on one leg. So lift up like this and then straighten the other leg. It's really important though when you do this variation that you keep your hips level. So if you start to feel them tilt like one side's going down or up, just make sure that everything is kept level like a foundation. But give that a try on both sides. It's going to challenge those muscles a lot more. So let's turn our attention a little bit more towards our legs, especially over the hamstring muscle group on the back of our thigh. This one is going to be a deep burn. I love this one. So let's get back into our original position, our bridge position of going up like this. But what we want to do is really drive our heels downward to get that deep activation in our butt. Once we feel that, we're just going to slowly walk outward like this with our heels, but do this one slowly and try to hold it for a second before walking out another step because you're going to feel it really deep into your legs, into the hamstrings. I like to do this for about 5 times, going all the way out, and then from there take a breather and then try to repeat this about 3 to 5 complete sets. But again, if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, challenge yourself by throwing more repetitions in. But go through both of those movements. You might find that one just feels really weak at that point. Treat that like your weak link and throw more repetitions in until it feels like you got a great workout. So this exercise is called the hydrant. Not only is this one good for firming the legs and the butt, but it's really going to help target the core muscles and tighten the abs. Let's start on all 4s in bed or on a floor just like this. We're going to keep the top of one foot flat and we're just going to slide that foot away from us, straightening our leg. And you also want to point your toes away at the same time. The more that you press out, the more that you're going to feel a really good stretch form in your calves that works upward towards your leg, into the hip, into the lower back. Once you feel it in the lower back, you want to hold this position and then squeeze your butt cheeks as much as you can to activate the glutes. Hold that and then slowly lift your leg up like this so it's roughly in line with your body. In this position, you're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire. The core, the back, but more importantly, your butt and your legs. Let's hold this one comfortably for about 3 to 5 seconds, release it, and then repeat it on the other side. Try to do this one nice and slowly for about 10 repetitions on both sides. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. So let's take this one to the next level and build into the hydrant. For this one, what we're going to do is keep one knee bent at 90 degrees, lift up that knee just a little bit so it's hovering, and then you're just going to rotate your whole body and lift that knee upward towards the ceiling. But really focus on moving through your hips, activating the glutes as much as you can. And to make it a little bit easier, just squeeze your butt cheek and concentrate on your butt. So I like to go up as much as I can, hold this one for about 3 to 5 seconds. Now you know why we call it the hydrant. From there, relax, and then repeat it on the other side. Do this one about 10 times on both sides. But again, if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. So to take the hydrant to the next level, what you can do is build back into that original movement, but straighten your leg and then kick your foot out like this. This one will really deepen the activation of the glutes, so build into it when you feel ready. So I personally believe that the best exercise to firm both the legs and the butt is by doing the squat. I know a lot of people shy away from doing the squat because they feel it's too difficult, but here are 2 simple variations that should be easy enough even for a beginner to do. For the first variation, we just need something sturdy to grab onto for support. So a chair without wheels will work. You can also use something like a table or a desk. Just needs to be roughly hip level. So let's break down the mechanics of the squat to protect our back and our body during this exercise. The first thing that you want to do is have your feet a little bit wider than your hips. You're then going to angle your toes outward slightly, about 5 to 10 degrees. From here, and this is a very important step, what we're going to do is just rock our body weight backwards so it feels like it's centered more towards our heels, kind of like midfoot area. If you're unsure, when you do this exercise, just try to place as much body weight on your heels, not on the balls of your feet. That way we'll have a very good center of gravity during this exercise. So the next thing I like to do is also brace my core muscles. Again, it's when somebody pokes you in your stomach, how you tense up, mimic that, hold it. It will help protect the back during the exercise. So once we've done all of that, we're now going to get pretty close to the object that we're going to use. You want to keep your back as straight as possible during this exercise. And just take your hands right here, put them on the top of the chair or the table for support. And then you're just going to squat your bottom down and away from the chair or the table. The more that you go down, the more that you're going to feel a deep activation in your legs and also your glutes, your buttocks. Go down as far as you can comfortably. Hold this for about a couple seconds, and then with an explosive force, drive your body weight upward using your legs and your butt. From here, if it feels like you need to take a breather, take one, but I recommend doing this as quickly as possible, almost with no pause, because we almost want to treat this one like a really good cardio exercise that's going to help work the cardiovascular system and just get the blood flowing. So try to do this one about 10 to 15 times, and with each repetition, challenge yourself by going down just a little bit more. Afterwards, take a breather, 30 seconds, a minute, however long you need. But if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, I do recommend throwing in another set or 2. So for most people, that variation is going to be really easy. So let's take this one to the next level and do what is called a goblet squat. So the easiest way to do the goblet squat is by using your body weight. So you're going to take your hands, put them together, kind of like a prayer position, and then you're just going to gently press your hands into your chest. This will help keep the back straight during this exercise. From here, we're going to get into our squatting position and then just squat downward. This one's going to be a lot harder because we don't have the support of the chair. So go down as far as you can, hold that, and then explosively drive back up for 10 to 15 repetitions. Again, most people will find this bodyweight squat a little bit too easy. So at that point, to take this one to the next level, you need to start using more resistance, more weights, because the more resistance, the more lean muscle mass that you're going to build, firming your legs and your butts. Your butt. So at that point, what I would do is grab a dumbbell, a light dumbbell, or a kettlebell and cup around it just like this. So your hands kind of look like a goblet. And then put the weight right in your chest and then proceed to do the squat. And as your strength builds, at that point, just increase the weight and progress into it to your comfort level.